If you happen to miss out on the era of the mom and pop video store before Blockbuster took over, this movie represents the essence of that time. Alright y'all, I'm excited as shit about this review because there's nothing more fun than sharing some of your favorite movies with your friends, and I got two of them on here today. I got my man Q Reviews and Mike from the Z Review, and what's going to be cool about this is you're going to be hearing two different perspectives as far as generational here. So yeah, Q, I know this is going to show our age, but see, me and Q came from the time of the mom and pop video stores before it became Blockbuster. And then Z is a little bit younger than us, so Z remembers, well, Mike from the Z Review remembers Blockbuster and then on. But this movie we're talking about today, Dead Heat, this was the perfect video store movie. All right, so this dropped in '88, stars Joe Piscopo and Treat Williams as the buddy cops, Mortis and Bigelow. All right, and mind you, Joe Piscopo is fresh from Saturday Night Live, so him and Eddie used to collaborate a lot on Saturday Night Live, and then overnight, the dude just got muscles on top of muscles and tried to be an action star. But I think this was his last attempt at that because after Dead Heat, I think he kind of faded away a little bit into a sidekicks a little bit later on. So yeah, this was the perfect video store movie because I don't remember this getting a theatrical release. You know what I mean? I just remember going to the mom and pop shop. Back then it was called Five Town Video in Cedarhurst, New York. All right, big ups to Inwood. All right. So, yeah, just walk around the video store, just looking around, okay, what's going on, what's this, what's here? You see the cover of Joe Piscopo and Treat Williams pointing the guns at the camera. Back then, buddy cop movies were large, okay? You had the Lethal Weapons, Red Heat, Arnold and Jim Belushi. Then you had Tango and Cash a little bit later. So the buddy cop movie was in. So if you see a VHS cover with two cops doing like this, it's got to be good. But this was the most different, most unique buddy cop movie you'll ever see because this has to do with the dead. So real quick, this is the compelling story of these two cops, Mortis and Bigelow, and they stumble across a case where criminals are being reanimated. They're being brought back to life. How is this possible? And as they're investigating what's going on, the Treat Williams character, Mortis, gets trapped in this room where it sucks the life out of him, and he's brought back now as a zombie. And Mike touches on this later because one of the first inconsistencies you'll notice is when he's brought back, they try to cut his arm open and you just see like glowing guts inside, but he doesn't bleed. So the thing is like, well, damn, he's dead because he's not bleeding. But then 2 scenes later, he's getting shot up by these 2 grisly looking zombies and he's bleeding all of a sudden. Go figure. So anyways, you know what? I'm not going to ramble on about this movie too much, man, because I have guests and it's rude to continue to ramble. And you have 2 guests in the building. So we're going to start with Q Reviews, bruh. Take it away, man. What did you think about Red Heat? Nah, shit. I'm going to leave that in there. I don't care. Bloopers and all. Q, what did you think about Dead Heat? Red Heat, the fuck?
Yo, what up, Rashad? Thanks for having me on this fire review of Dead Heat. I thought niggas forgot about this movie. I thought this was like the underground little horror comedy movie motherfuckers forgot about. But my God, did I love this movie back in 1988. I think I was about 12 years old. Had that VHS tape, watched it over and over again. Now, let's get it right off the bat. This is the definition of a B movie. This is a B movie. This movie is total fuckery, total 1980s misogynistic people, male chauvinist. This is all in this movie.
Hey, get out of there.
Oh, looks like the lady's going somewhere. Extra panties. Dead giveaway.
Where we
Fucking tons of Uzi squids. I ain't never seen that many squids used on a movie besides like a RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? At that time, blood squids, just Uzi. It's so many fucking Uzis in this movie. And how you not gonna love a scene like this? You know what I'm saying? They're both fucking zombies, right? and they're just shooting at each other. They just not moving, just shoot at each other. Like, I think the best tactic to be just to run up and tackle a motherfucker at this point, because you know what I'm saying, it's not knocking each other down, and why you still doing it, you know what I'm saying? This movie is so fucking ridiculous. Okay, damn, I'm going into the movie right now, but the movie's about, like, okay, here, where's my cocaine now? Hold up, here, it's like this. All right, picture this, a buddy cop movie, but we make them zombies. We make them zombies and indestructible, and they can come back to life. Oh, wait. Let's put a Chinese restaurant and make a Peking duck and a pig with an apple in his mouth and a whole fucking cow come to life, and let's shoot it on the film. But why would the reactor to make dead people come to life be in a Chinese restaurant? I don't know, but it's fucking cool. And can we put more baby oil on Joe Piscopo's muscles? Joe Piscopo in this movie with his tight shirt tucked in, with his muscles shining. He did have his muscles shining. This is a total fucking male chauvinistic movie, like I said, but I fucking love it. It's fucking super violent, and I think it's just a movie that special effect people made to show off their special effect. I know the special effect artist in here is Steve Johnson. He also worked on great films like Ghostbusters and a ton of other horror movies in the 80s. And I think this was just to show off what they can do. It's some, you know what I'm saying, it's a fuckery special effects, you know what I'm saying? So it's, like I said, it's a part in the Chinese restaurant where a cow comes to life. The cow doesn't have a head or feet or hooves, whatever you call them and shit. And it just comes out the freezer like, boo, 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 boo. Like, I'm thinking to myself, now I'm looking at it as an adult, like, how can this hurt anyone? How can this cow hurt anyone? It can't do anything. It can't bite you. It can't really stumble you because it has no hooves. It's just like a walking thing of steaks. It's like literally a walking porterhouse. Like, how can this hurt you? But they shoot the shit out of it for sure. Lots more Uzis. It's so many blood squibs in this movie. It's so enjoyable. And I think what I liked about this movie back in the day, like seeing this cop when he dies, seeing him become a zombie, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Seeing him through his transformation of rigor mortis. I think he got like 10 hours to live before he comes completely zombie goo. So seeing him trying to fix himself during the rigor mortis was the cool part of the 80s. Being a Fangoria kid, oh yeah, we got a cool zombie. They're making jokes. You know, being dead, it's kind of cool. Like, but when you're really alive, so you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out their murder. All the movies totally shenanigans. It's total bad acting, and there's some shit now that I look at that didn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense now that I watch it, because they're zombies for hire, right? They only got like 5-6 hours to live, so they're gonna go and work for someone else and be zombies. So you got these scary ass zombies. I think it's this black zombie and this other dude, but this black zombie, he looks like a goon, and he scares the shit out of me. He's like a tall, lanky motherfucker with an Uzi. And it looked like this motherfucker, he was scared the shit out of me. Because the makeup's good. I ain't gonna lie. The makeup from Steve Johnson is good. The decomposition makeup of the zombies, I thought was really good, especially for that time in 1988. I thought he did a really good job. And this movie is completely and totally fuckery. It's a B movie, but my God, I had a fucking ton of fun with this fucking film back in the day, and I still have a ton of fun with it now. Like, if you're in for some great cheese, and then you're not trying to get into all this technical shit, well, yeah, you know, there's tons of holes in this in this plot that don't make any sense, but we don't care. We want to see the zombies shoot the other zombies with the Uzis. That's what we're here. We're here to see the blood squids, and we're here to see Joe Piscopo make more bad misogynistic jokes. I don't know why it's funny, and I don't know why it works, but it's fucking entertaining, and that's what a movie about. A movie don't have to be on some fucking grand epic scale Shawshank Redemption every time. A movie can just be fun sometimes. It's okay. Fucking Fast and Furious got 9 movies out now. How? I don't know. I don't think those movies are really good, but sometimes they're fucking entertaining. And that's just what this movie was back in 1988. It's just a fun, stupid ass B movie of a buddy cop movie. Talking about you getting too old for this shit. I'm getting too dead for this shit. And that's what Dead Heat is in a nutshell. So if I had to wrap it up and give it a score, man, honestly, shit, for the fun factor of fucking Dead Heat, I give it a 4. I give it a 4 out of 5. Man, I had a fucking a ton of fun with this movie. Especially, I know it's bad, you know, in all technical aspects, but the shit is fun to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fun, stupid buddy cop movie, and it's almost fun to look how bad it is now, and I still have fun with it, even though I recognize all of its flaws. So yeah, that's my score straight up of Dead Heat. It's a dumb, fun, stupid B movie that maybe you from that era, you might appreciate it more. If you look at it now, you'll be like, well, this, that, and other. But to me, I think it's a ton of fun. If you haven't checked out Dead Heat, check that shit out. Rashad, thank you for having me on the channel once again. I thought I would never ever talk about this movie, Dead Heat. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to do that. Back to you, Hobie. Peace.
Yes, sir, my man. I told you, man, that yeah, this is definitely one of those movies where you rent from the video store. You know what I'm saying? Get you some Twizzlers, you know, the red vines. Get you a box of the thing of Act 2 popcorn, you know, the little bucket that came in the bucket back in the day, a 2-liter Sprite, a Snicker bar, and in front of the TV with a couple of your friends enjoying this absurd fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing that you're gonna watch and be like, wow, this was thought-provoking or whatever. No, this is a cheesy movie. It knows it's a cheesy movie, and you just have to take it for what it is and have a good time with it. And this is one of those movies where, you know how, you know, certain old movies, they don't age too well. Like, damn, at the time it was good, but now it sucks. But no, this one you watch and it's like, damn, it was fun back then. It's fun now. It's just as absurd as ever. And yeah, man, it's just one of those throwbacks that you just have a good time with. And as Mike would say later, with some tequila, probably some smoke, you know what I'm saying? It just enhances the experience. So speaking of which, Mike, take the floor. What did you think about Dead Heat?
Man, oh man, what did I just watch? Rashad, my man, thank you so much for hitting me up and asking me to come back on yet another review. And today we're talking about the 1988 movie Dead Heat. Now, Dead Heat came out and it was directed by Mark Goldblatt. It stars Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo, I believe, and Vincent Price as well. Now, I'm going to be honest, Rashad hit me up and he said, you know, do you fancy hitting up another movie? And of course, yeah, I mean, class has well and truly been in session. If you've been on Rashad's channel and checked out the reviews I've been doing with him with like Rocky and The Wrestler, I'm sure you can find those in collabs and playlists on Rashad's channel. But yeah, he asked me to check out Dead Heat. Now, I'd actually never heard of this movie, shock. Yeah, and I'd never actually checked this out before, so actually coming to this movie, essentially the movie's premise really intrigued me in terms of this cop is trying to avenge his dead cop's murder. However, the dead cop comes back alive and they're trying to find out who actually killed him in the first place. And I'm going to be honest with you, the originality for that premise alone in 1988, wow, utterly fantastic. I absolutely love the unique take of the premise of Dead Heat, and I actually really respect that they try to go in a kind of different route, and especially with kind of like what Rashad was telling me, this is kind of like a buddy cop era. You can definitely feel those vibes from Doug Bigelow and Roger Mortis. I actually really love their buddy cop element in this. I thought honestly it was utter fantastic, and some of the jokes that they delivered amongst each other, it kind of just felt like you're watching kind of two friends cracking jokes against each other. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that, and again, I really enjoyed the unique perspective of the actual script and the plot line of this. So yeah, I'm going to be honest with Dead Heat, those are my two kind of big positives I can give this movie, and it is absolutely 80s cheese at its best. It kind of didn't take itself too seriously. It knows what it was kind of going for, and I think in that kind of element it achieved that massively. So I will give props to Dead Heat for that. I am going to say in terms of negatives and where this movie kind of faltered for me, and I was kind of like not on board 100%, is there's a lot of inconsistencies in this movie throughout it. For example, when Roger gets shot and he is come back to life, you know, you just kind of see in one scene there's kind of just a big black hole, no blood oozing out of it when he cuts kind of an artery. How in the next scene when he gets shot by bullets, there's blood splattering all over his shirt, and I was like, what the hell's this? Or there's no bullet holes in his body. Or in one scene you look absolutely decrepit and dead because he has like 10 or 12 hours or so before the full effects happen and he's just going to decay. In one scene you actually get that, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool, like makeup or kind of like prosthetics, whatever that they use. And the next scene, his face is back to normal, but he never bought any makeup throughout this. He bought lipstick at one point, but he kind of didn't despise the fact or try to hide it any further after that. I mean, come on, it's 1988. It depends on the budget that this movie had, because from what Rashad was telling me, it didn't really have like a big release in cinemas, or it didn't really have like a big kind of promotional back market to this movie. It kind of was just like on a limited run, maybe in the cinema, and then just released like to direct to video. And I will say, when they actually popped the VHS into the player at one point in this movie, loved it. Absolutely fantastic, and really brought back some great childhood memories, especially at a time when I used to go to Blockbuster. Man, those were the days. So yeah, Dead Heat for me, Rashad. I would say overall, man, I enjoyed it. At the end of the day, it was a great 80s ride. Definitely one of those cheesier 80s movies that I don't know if it's going to be remembered as such, because I feel like parts of this will be remembered, but then I feel like parts of it won't be. And overall, again, I've never actually heard of this movie, so I don't know if it is a big cultural 80s movie, say like Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, that kind of thing. I'm assuming it probably isn't. But yeah, I'm going to say for the first time watch, I actually quite enjoyed it. I think it'd be more fun if I had a pizza and a lot of alcohol. I think I'd absolutely be way more on board. I can't quibble with this movie. I actually enjoyed it, and it was just daft, mindless fun. But again, the premise alone caught my attention straight away. It does go off the rails slightly in this movie, but besides that, I really enjoyed it. Oh, and if you want to check out this movie for yourself, it's on Amazon Prime right now, completely free. So Rashad, I'm going to hand it back over to you, my man. And again, thank you so much for having me on a collab. Really appreciate this one. I'm actually really intrigued as to what you're going to choose next for the class that is currently in session. So back over to you, my man, and your remaining thoughts on the 1988 movie, Dead Heat.
Honestly, I thought you was gonna shit on this one, bro. If I can keep it a buck, I thought you was gonna shit on this one, because this is one of those movies that's an acquired taste. Like I said, if you're not from that time, you probably can't appreciate it, you know what I'm saying, like we did back then, because it's nostalgic, you know. So the fact that you did appreciate this, okay, the movie does hold up, and I guess you could say it's underrated, because I might get some flack for this. I thought about watching this movie because of Army of the Dead. I saw Army of the Dead, and I was like, what the hell was that? The movie just sucked. You know what I'm saying? But with the exception of a couple of scenes, but Army of the Dead sucked. Dead Heat was like, it fell under an hour and a half. But that's okay. You know, trim all that fat off. Just give us the fucking meat and potatoes, man. Damn the appetizers and all that. Just give me the meat and potatoes. And Dead Heat, there's never a dull moment. There's always something going on. Either somebody's cracking a bad joke, or you're seeing some Chinese food animals come to life. That's not racist. This actually happened in the Chinese food shop, y'all, okay? These dead animals come to life, and they wreak havoc, all right? So there's always something going on in this movie. It leaves you entertained. By the time the credits is on, you're like, damn, that was a good time. Dead Heat, to me, gets a solid B. Okay, it's a B movie. I got to give it a B. And it's just a great time. So if you just want to watch a movie that represents the cheese of the 80s and have a good time, and have some drinks, have some friends over, and just have a good time with this, Dead Heat is your movie, all right? And that's it, and that's all. So I want to thank Q and Mike for coming out, man, and sitting with your boy, and even though we really didn't sit together, but you know, but for sharing this movie with me and sharing y'all thoughts and blessing my channel with your presence. I appreciate y'all, man. Once again, the link is in the description, all right? So subscribe to Q Reviews and the Z Review. Check them out. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.